Hi, my name is Benjamin,
My name is Roman.
and this is Two Dudes, One Couch. And we made
Nice to see you again.
good to see you too. So today we watched. Which one was the one we watched? When yogurt took over the world.
Episode 6.
Episode 6. When yogurt took over the world. Basically, um, this group of scientists create some sentient yogurt. Which, how does that work? It's like an individual thing. And then the yogurt's saying, we could solve all your problems if you give us Ohio. Ohio. Out of everywhere in the world, they want Ohio. Okay, so they wanted Ohio. Give them Ohio. Then they gave them this plan. They said, follow this plan. And if you mess up, then the economy will tank. Guess what? They didn't follow.
It tanked.
It tanked. It tanked very hard. And then after it tanked, everyone was poor and depressed except for Ohio. So normally everyone's trying to leave Ohio, and now everyone wants to go to Ohio. What is going on? And then the yogurt takes over America. I think it takes over the world. Can we say it took over the world? We know it's America.
Yeah, I think it took over the world because they told like humanity now is healthy, in peace, and blah blah blah.
Yeah. And then everything seems good. Everyone's fine. There's this dude walking. And suddenly what happens? The yogurt decides to leave. I guess we weren't cultured enough for them.
Cultured enough, that's for sure.
I don't know. The only things I would say is if you watch the video, I really like the way people walk. They just kind of hopped. Like boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, they had very, very strange, long, slender legs and like big torsos almost without a neck. It's like
They had the funniest bodies. And the vodka. Love the vodka.
it was total vodka instead of absolute vodka. I was like, yeah,
The
that's
cheap
nice.
version, total vodka. What else is there to talk about?
Titties.
The titties. Those were weird ass funky titties.
It's
Like,
not like in the Witness episode.
no, the
It's
witness.
definitely not.
Yeah, the witness episode I would say are better titties. These ones were like Minecraft titties. Minecraft is the best way to put it.
I think even Lara Croft's in for the first Tomb Raider in 1995, I think 96, those triangular titties were even better than this one in this episode.
Pyramid titty. I stab you. These were
Yep.
just I don't know, they were funny to look at. And then this channel has divulged into just talking about titties in different platforms. And yeah, it was pretty plain cut. There's not that much to talk about actually. Do you have any comments?
I'll have some comments.
Mm-hmm.
And the first comment, I think this episode is quite quick. It's very quick. It's just background narrative and visuals, animation, quite simple animation. I think even desaturated. I can understand why it's desaturated because yogurt. What is yogurt? It's plain white mass. So it's not very interesting actually to look at. But desaturation, simplicity, short, and it's episode 6. I mean, we already like 4 episodes after the beginning of the show. Usually in the middle of the show they put some episodes of or like in between. Like for example, if we speak about 3 arcs structure of the storytelling, the beginning, the development, and the ending, or like the culmination. So then it's the same thing in the design of not the same, very similar in the design of the release of the CDs of the albums of the singers, and in the TV shows like this, when it's each episode is like a standalone story. So here we will have some episodes that just like fill the gap, fill the space between like the more vivid, more maybe memorable, and so on. So this is one of these episodes to kind of chill.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't very exciting. It's kind of an interesting concept. It's one of those, like sentient being takes over the U.S. and then I've read a couple books similar to that where it's like the sentient being takes over. The only thing is that in the books we end up winning, but in this one, no.
I can't say that we didn't end up winning. It's just I think we just came back to the beginning because without yogurt, people will just, you know,
Yeah.
digress or regress to the initial situation with where like we try to compete to each other with each other, and we will. There is no fusion. There is like a more primitive space program, and of course competition, and lying politicians, and so on. Maybe let's go to our CCP system.
Okay, let's do the CCP, the best system out there.
Yeah. So the first one, creativity.
I would say creativity. I didn't think it was that creative. Um, an interesting concept. I've heard the concept before. Um, I would give the creativity a 0. I wasn't overall like I guess impressed too much by the concept of it. It was very typical. I mean, I was kind of entertained by the talking yogurt.
What if it talks in your stomach or in your while you're pooping?
Oh
Oh
shit!
my god.
Shit coming out. Oh, this is nasty. Just imagine shit
This
coming out.
is
Like, what are
not
you
all right.
doing? This is not all right. Yeah.
It's better to speak about it pleasantry, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. All right. All right. Sorry. Go with creativity.
Okay, I think that creativity, I'll give it a 0 too. Why? It's not. If I will compare it with the previous episode with these with suits. So suits, if I remember correctly, I gave it like minus. I agree with you, and I would give it a minus. So here I would give it 0. Yes, I understand why I give it 0, not 1, because not plus, because this idea of some form is taking over people or doing something like a kind of apocalypse. Not apocalypse. It's just like taking over humans. It's not new, and it's like I think every year something is released
Mm-hmm.
based on that idea. We know all these like video games, Left 4 Dead, like or like Last of Us, or like post-apocalyptic games with open world that you can like find Steam. The movies, I mean, endless movies.
Mm-hmm.
All these like monsters, like Godzilla's and whatever, Ghidorah, and so on, and like even like the child of humanity, or like Alfonso Cuarón's one's a very very famous one, whatever. So and also this episode, why I don't give it higher than 0. There is an episode in animation show Cowboy Bebop. So
Yeah.
in Cowboy Bebop, there was an episode when Spike Spiegel, the protagonist, he forgot the yogurt in the fridge, and this yogurt evolved into some kind of like alien type
I remember that
alien yeah
episode.
alien type organism that was hunting them on the ship, and it's exactly this. It's like the same concept that yogurt evolving into something. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I was like, it's good. It's nice that this episode reminded me of Cowboy Bebop, but generally speaking, there is nothing super unique here, except I think something that we will speak about in Pleasantry.
Okay. Yeah. I have a couple. I have a couple things about Pleasantry.
Consistency.
So consistency. I mean, again, it's kind of consistent. Um, again, it just seemed a little bit predictable. Well, I mean, it is consistent. I mean, it follows an arc. So, in terms of that, I mean, I'd still give it a. I'll probably give it a what plus. It is consistent.
Speaking of consistency, I'll give it 0. Yes, it's super consistent, but I mean, there is a beginning, there is like the development, there is the end. Beginning, yogurt, like suddenly became smarter. Then yogurt took over. Yogurt left. I mean, in the 6 minutes episode, it's quite neat, quite consistent. But I feel, I just feel that, I mean, these anchors are very primitive in this episode. There is nothing significant, nothing that leaves you cathartic feeling, as as I feel that consistency should, at least in my understanding, bring. Otherwise, we should call each episode we watch consistent.
Yeah, no, I definitely.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's my
well,
opinion. As
yeah. No, that's a fair enough assessment. Like
I mean,
even
you're not professional, in
yeah,
these, like, I'm more like proficient, so that's why
you
I'll
watch
give
more
that
movies than I do. That's what you're saying.
every single week.
Every single week.
Many.
Yeah. But
Next one.
let's move on to the next one. Pleasantry. I mean, again, there was a lot of questions I had. I would put the pleasantry at about. I'm gonna say a 0. I'm gonna go with a 0 this time. I like. In terms of like consistency or like pleasantry, I don't want to rate pleasantry too high on this one because I just kind of saw everything coming. It was plain, but there are a couple questions I have to ask. Okay, first of all, do these yogurts just go up by themselves so there's no one else going with them, right? How are they gonna get shit done? How are they gonna do things? Like, do they have yogurt bodies? I mean, you saw them in every single thing. They were in a dish, they would open it out, and the thing would talk. Like, did they take humans with them as like a pet? No, they said the yogurts left and the humans stayed. So, how are the yogurts, when they land onto their new planet, going to do things?
I have an idea.
You have an
They
idea.
took the cats from the second episode.
Wait, the cats from the second episode.
The cats that can use
Yeah.
the.
Cats.
You remember?
Yeah, the cats, they were able to use the thumb, and then that's what brought the downfall of humanity.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just like stupid joke. But
Yeah,
anyways,
no,
I
know.
think
It's just the thumb.
if they mastered fusion after 24 hours of being in a fridge, I think they could master some kind of robotics, or like the device that looks like Crank from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, yeah, it's. I think my question is, sorry for interruption. I'll just like tell the comment later. What I think is strange.
Yeah.
So you say that it's 0, pleasantry 0, because you have some questions. So
I mean,
the first
not
one was
necessarily, like,
why they're going.
question, but it's like there wasn't too much like I saw like during the episode that I was really like engaging with me. It was more just like, here's this story from like A to B. I mean, I even think of it as like a negative category. There was some entertaining stuff. Like, I like the way they walked. I like the weird round titties they had. Like, that is funny. I don't know, but overall, I'd just say it's a 0, borderlining like a negative. Just I kind of think of like the whole of the whole overarching thing. And I do have questions about like, how do they do it and why don't they explain it to me? Because it's just every single scene I've seen them when they present themselves. It's just a human opens up a tray and then the yogurt talks and then he puts the tray back in. And what do they do for fun? I don't know. I have so many questions about their culture.
As for me, pleasantry, surprisingly, I give it a plus. So it's like consistency 0, but pleasantry plus. First of all, because if the episode is inconsistent in a way that it lacks depth, the episode is quite quick. It's a short episode, and it doesn't force me to watch, all these like blandness. I don't know, plain story too long. So that's why it's quite short. These little jokes with like vodka stuff, reference to the yogurt, to the other popular culture, like the animation episode that I mentioned. Uh, the shape of the shuttles in the shape of these
Yeah, that was
um
pretty good.
all the yogurt, I don't know how do you say that, like the yogurt packaging. The shuttle, like all the rocket in a shape of these packaging is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It cannot just breach uh atmosphere in this, because it should be a cigar shape and something, like slender thin.
Nah, these yogurt
And
people, they know.
yeah, they know stuff. And I think that's, I mean, this whole setting is ridiculous, but it's again referenced us to our politicians, our political problems. That politicians, they do not deserve our votes, and they don't deserve our trust, and the human nature that we're like slacky, lazy. We can't just progress
Hmm.
ourselves, unless somebody's guiding us, and so on. But again, it was quite fast. There were like these small details of animation that I liked, and there are all these numerous references that I kind of appreciate. So I would give it a plus. Why plus? Because it's, again, we don't evaluate the episodes by like 1.5, 9.3, 0.007. We just like, it's either plus or zero. So I was leaning more to plus rather than zero. So that's why I give it plus.
Or minus. Yeah. I don't know. We have our different days. Sometimes maybe I can go back and look at it a little bit more detailed. But yeah, there was like funny stuff. I enjoyed like the little puns. Um, talking about how it being creamy, how it's like, oh, it's new culture, and those some good yogurt puns you have to do. But to each his own. All right. So anything else to add?
I would add that this is episode 6. Next time we'll do episode 5.
We're just
Sorry for
trying to
that.
confuse you. We're gonna the confusion of episodes. Yeah. All right. And I guess I'm Benjamin,
And I'm Roman.
and you guys have a good day. And yeah, if you have any recommendations on something we can watch, we can do our analysis. Leave us a comment, a like. Even if we do well enough, you could even subscribe, like everyone
Yes,
tells
we'll
you.
not force you, but we
But
appreciate that.
we'll send some yogurt to your place.